Not rough?
That means that he should fuck me as if he hates me.
I need to pick up the Bible or something, man. What are we talking about? I'm glad this is going on YouTube, man. I need everybody to hear that. F me like you hate me. Quote of the week.
Welcome back to another episode of the Dark Diaries. Today I'm having JD here. Please introduce yourself.
What's up? I'm JD. I'm a sophomore here at Miami.
What do you think about having sex on the first date?
For me, no. Me, I'm a religious guy. Well, in my opinion, it's kind of like that's what's setting the tone for your relationship.
Do you think when people start to have their relationship based on like sexual desires, their relationship becomes more meaningless?
More so that the fire is gonna burn out at some point.
If you sleep with too many guys, you become worthless because you're giving your energy to everyone. Couples that started out like based on sex like right away, it's like a flame. It goes up as fast as it goes down. It was really surprising to see here how many people don't have sex with someone because of their religion. In Europe, I wouldn't necessarily say that people aren't religious, but they don't force themselves not to have sex if they want to.
Religion plays a big role in it. I don't kind of go around looking at women as objects. I was looking for someone that would bring the best out in me. I don't look at people like objectively.
A lot of guys say they have a masculine urge of sleeping with someone. Sometimes guys are in a relationship and then they don't consider that they cheated on their girlfriend because they weren't emotionally cheating on them. They were just cheating on them physically.
One, that's garbage. If you're a lady out there, don't buy into that.
Would you consider being in a relationship with a girl that has a high body count?
For me personally, no. I would kind of cut off body count around like 3 to 5-ish, depending on how much I like you.
A guy can hold back from having sex if there's no masculine urge or an animal instinct that I need to sleep with her, otherwise the world will break down.
My friend group personally, I know full well we can like hold back. I know I personally can hold back. Pride and ego kind of thing, not like at all the human instinct to
Well,
just have
now
sex.
that you have mentioned that, what do you think about the male's ego, especially in the dating scene?
Big. Like, I know a lot of guys are very take the role that a woman would take as, I'm the prize, you can work for me, I'm not really gonna work for you.
Sometimes girls, a guy does something for them and suddenly they're in love with him, and I just think to myself, what did the guy even do for you? For me to give you my time, my effort, you need to show me what you can give me that I cannot give myself. Instead of being the center of their own universe, the girls, they just give everything to the guy. And that's the problem, because when the guy starts seeing himself as the prize, the girl is basically becoming the golden retriever. He will be like, sit, and she'll be like, yes sir, I will sit now. Just because a guy invited you out one time to a nice restaurant, it doesn't mean that, oh my god, what will I do now without him? Like, let me chase him if he doesn't chase after me.
Like piece of advice, like have some self-worth. A bad past doesn't mean you're not worth anything. Use someone's once or twice every blue moon kind of good deed as like you can just drop everything and then they're like your person. Have standards and they need to meet these standards before you commit it, I guess. Hold yourself and them to a high standard.
What do you think is the reason that guys nowadays, they see themselves as the prize instead of seeing the woman as the prize? Do you think it's because women allow themselves to be disrespected, to be treated like a doormat, to be basically their personal assistant? Or
no, I think it's a lot to do with social media. A lot of relationship advice people out there that are like, don't let these women run over you, be like a fuckboy kind of thing.
What do you think when it comes to how guys process emotions and how guys process their feelings? Are the Miami guys expressive, or do you think they hold back with showing their emotions? And in case they hold back, is it because they're a guy's friend group?
It has a lot to do with a friend group. I do say men kind of hold back their emotions more than women. Use the pain almost as a go boost to like go and do more.
So do you think Miami guys are not really expressive?
Like if you know them on a personal level, they're very like expressive. Outside of their bubble, they're very condensed. They're very to themselves. They're not gonna make themselves vulnerable.
When a person can show vulnerability, regardless whether that's the girl or the guy, I feel like that shows like personal strength. The guys that I've met here, like they're all like they act so tough. When probably this person is alone in their room, they are not like that. It's just like a wall that they've built up. It makes me questions why guys can only be expressive in their bubble, because I think there's nothing wrong with being vulnerable and showing like vulnerability. I just think society has been shaped that the guy always needs to be strong and can show his emotions, but I feel like there's always like the right time and place.
Guys and girls, because I know a lot of guys don't want to be seen as weak. Guys aren't just going to sit there and cry in front of you.
Guys don't really do that because they feel like it's demasculating.
Almost like it was a boys don't cry, it was girls cry. Like a lot of guys kind of grew up with that, but like on the inside they're very like, they have a soft side to them.
Yeah. Of course I understand that it's very hard to be vulnerable, because the moment you're vulnerable to someone, that means that this other person has the power over you. Especially as a guy, I feel like there's more this stereotype that girls can be vulnerable because it's basically in their feminine energy. That there's also a certain extent to which girls can be vulnerable. Girls are in these situations with guys when they meet the guy and when they go, for example, the first date. And then they tell the guy, this guy fucked me over, he cheated with me 100 times. I think that's wrong. Like, I'm not saying that you should lie to the guy that you're seeing if he asks you something personal and you're like, oh my god, nothing really bad happened in my life, because otherwise it wouldn't be life, it would be a fairy tale. However, I think it's important the way you present yourself as the girl. Major problem with the girls, instead of saying that the guy fucked them over, but once the guy fucked them over, they moved the fuck on and they didn't give the guy a second chance. You're making subconsciously the other person aware they can't treat you like that. So would you say, based on your experience, have you ever met girls or even your guy friends where they met a girl and the girl told them the life story of how shitty a guy treated her, and then the guy thought to himself, okay, she took this clown treatment in the past, why wouldn't she accept the same treatment in the present?
That's a good point. Like, if a girl were to tell me a part in her life, if she were to tell me how that happened, whatnot, and then how she moved on, that was like bonus points, like kind of attractive almost. But like we said earlier, time and a place. I shouldn't be knowing about your whole life story, I guess, like first date.
Experience when a guy told me, oh my god, like, no girl liked you, this and that, then I thought to myself, why would I like you if you already told me? Like, you know, I feel like a guy or a girl, they learn so much about you based on how much you tell them. Sometimes people wonder why they get played. You basically told them how to. Sometimes a guy is getting to know you, not because he's genuinely interested in you, but he just wants to know all the angles he can play you from. And the moment you tell a guy that, haha, I am such a clown, like, no guy took me seriously, the guy will be like, damn, fuck yeah, like, I will do 10 times worse because now she told me how to.
Part of that is picking the guy or the girl. If everything's just negative from them, I don't really understand why you would want to be around that. If you get like any sort of like manipulative vibes as well, like, do yourself a favor and kick rocks, walk away.
Would you say that, or you were in a position yourself where you tended to like girls more who were unpredictable, unreliable, almost girls who didn't stick a routine? Because a lot of guys say, like, I know I love to piss people off. I do think that everything you do in life is a bit of manipulation. If you think about it, the girl is putting makeup to look better.
Reliable, no. There's got to be a balance.
Girl is always better off when she's unpredictable, not in the sense that she's unreliable. A guy prefers when he's at the tip of the toe. If you become too comfortable with the relationship.
I understand what she's saying. That's happened in the past, and that's like the most childish nonsense, in my opinion.
Peace equals boredom. If you're 100% at times so peaceful with your girl, you will become way too comfortable and you will seek out even subconsciously for other options. If the girl doesn't keep you at the tip of the toes like a little bit, then you will not like her, you will not end up pursuing her. The guy becomes way too comfortable with you, so you become the doormat that is walked all over.
I don't necessarily agree. I mean, they're like a lust and know, like for power almost.
It's always the person.
I don't think I should be being like manipulated.
In relationships, pursuing guys, I'm like, oh my god, today I will wait 12 hours to text him back. If I text someone back on purpose 20 hours later, they know that it's on purpose. The reason why I don't text back always consistently is because I have a fulfilling life of my own because I'm my own priority.
I do understand that. I see where you're coming from. Like, guy A and girl A texting back and forth nonstop. After a while, I guess I could see that being boring. I don't think your relationship should be founded or directed by the unpredictability. I do like my peace, and I will gladly be bored. Like,
he just says it, guys. He doesn't mean it.
that's facts. I would gladly be bored.
You are too comfortable. You don't need to do the chasing anymore. You are legit sitting down on the beach having your best time. But
I think what you're saying is someone that has life outside of you. Whole being is not focused on just you. And that's how it should be.
You can never manipulate someone into liking you, but there is a way to present yourself.
I've seen a lot of situations where that is the case. You can't be manipulated into being someone for
Yeah,
more
because
than,
I feel like you either
a year.
when you are showing affection to a girl, would you do it on a moderate level or would you show as much affection as you want? Because in practice, all the girls say, I want the guy to be obsessed with me, I want the guy to do everything. But then I think to myself, if you give too much, it becomes undervalued. And it's just like printing money. The more money you print, the less value it holds. The less money you print, the more value it holds.
So I know I'm very affectionate, especially towards my girlfriend. I mess with her, bully her, like that's kind of like how I show my affection. I understand how if you do something too much, it could be undervalued or it would lose its sense of purpose.
Yeah.
I do also think that relates to sex as well. Case studies, I'll say, in the Miami environment. People are having sex once a weekend. At some point, it's going to lose its value to you.
When you find yourself in a situationship, it all comes down to the guy. He pursued you, he got what he wanted, and he still continues fucking you because you allow him to. You are in a situationship, and why a situationship is created, it's not because of the guy, because the moment the girl would step away, the guy wouldn't come her way unless he wants a booty call.
As long as the green light is there, a lot of
Exactly.
guys are going to continue to pursue you sexually, not relationship wise.
When is the point a guy decides this is a girl I just want to continue having sex with?
Ooh, so like if they're in a situationship, the guy won't see like, a relationship in you. If he's kind of like, shoot, I'm just hitting this for free. Like she could be doing this with so many other guys. Like she's not gonna pursue you relationship wise. He's getting pleasure out of it. Off of the personality, like a guy would know if he would like a relationship with her. As long as the guy is getting pleasure from it, he's not gonna cut it off.
Do you believe that a guy is always giving clear signs whether he's interested or not? Let me give you two scenarios.
Okay.
For example, do you believe a guy can be interested in a girl when he's being consistent with her, so he's consistently texting her? But what I mean with consistent texting is that on day one he responds to her after 10 hours. On the next day he responds after 10 hours. Do you get it? But he's being consistent with it. Or do you think
silence is an answer? And a response is a response.
No, but he responds.
Dude's been looking at his phone and his snap more than 5 times in 10 hours. No.
No one owes you an explanation, and I feel like some girls are waiting for the guy verbally to tell them, oh my god, go fuck yourself, loser, I'm not interested, you know what I mean? But I don't understand why these girls are waiting for an explanation, because if you would look at his actions, you would see that he was never interested. Talk is cheap when a guy tells you, oh my god, like yes, this and this, but then it never comes to actually doing the thing. It only shows you that he clearly isn't interested enough and he wouldn't go that extra mile for you.
A guy that's not interested is very to the point, very direct. He's not going to elongate the conversation. He's not going to drag it out. If he's dragging on a point, dragging on a conversation, creating conversation, the dude's interested. If it's like every 10 hours, 12 hours, once a day.
So do you think sometimes guys might be too shy and they might want to pursue a girl, but they just don't have the riz?
A lot of riz, okay. A lot of guys are very shy and held back on how they flirt. Some guys are able to express their feelings without looking like a clown. Others aren't. Like there's like a 95+% chance if a girl asks out a guy first, 95% of the time he likes you back. And
Wait.
yeah.
I No.
Yeah.
I do not believe in girls making the first move. And I will tell you why. A girl asks you out and she tells you, JD, it would be a pleasure to go on a date with you. You'll be like, damn, I already know I'm special. And then you don't need to pursue her anymore. So basically, not only is she doing the chasing, there's no chasing left for you. And he will not invest sweat in you. I never had a real life example where the girl made the first move and it worked out.
Shoot your shot, bro. Shoot your shot.
If a guy doesn't come up to you first, he was never yours to begin with. I don't like shy guys. You make the first move as a girl, it leads to the guy not doing anything in the relationship either. And I've already said it before and I will say it again. Then you will end up being the guy and the girl in the relationship. And I don't think you want that.
I think it can work if the girl asks out.
And the more sweat he puts into pursuing the relationship, the more he also becomes emotionally invested in you.
Some guys are really bad at that and will come off as creepy.
Why most guys act so desperate or so weird when a girl rejects them is because rejection breeds obsession.
That's valid. I guess if you've been rejected, it's kind of like what if? Like what if she said yes?
Times you or other guys, they look back at it and they're like, oh my god, damn, like what if in case they see the girl again, like does it pop up in their head again?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. So let's say I was rejected by someone, I just saw them in public or whatever. I'd be like, huh, like what if that worked? Like what would happen? Where would I be? What would be different in my life now?
Yeah. Like no one likes to get rejected. Somebody would reject me, I think to myself, okay, they lost out. Like a lot of girls, especially when it doesn't go the way they want to, or also guys, when somebody rejects them, they just become so obsessed over it and they seek so much validation from this person. And I just think,
don't do that.
And I think your confidence really that fragile that just because you got rejected by one person, you think that you need to prove to that person how much you're worth. A person needs to know already when he sees you how much you're worth. You don't need to explain them how much you're worth.
If you get rejected by a guy or a girl, like know your worth. If you're on your knees begging this guy or girl to like get with you or whatever, like you're making yourself look like a fool. The girl has so much power over you.
You know, when you're fine with getting rejected and you take the L, you walk away from this whole situation, then the guy or even the girl, they will have way more respect for you.
Exactly. So like even if they
honestly,
reject you and you walk away, sometimes they'll be like, wait, why did he just walk away?
Yeah, like
and
what
then
just
they'll
happened?
come back.
Because it's the same thing like with ghosting. When somebody is ghosting you, what is their initial thought? Oh my god, I rejected them, they must run after me. But the person will only run after you if they don't know their worth and they also have no self-respect nor dignity for themselves. You find yourself in a situation where somebody ghosted you, you can legit, you might be angry, you might punch the wall, but honestly, put some cold water into your face and remind yourself who the fuck you are, and that it doesn't matter who ghosted you, you'll be totally fine. The biggest mistake that you can do is run after the person for their validation, and they will be the one overthinking when you don't come their way, because 99% of the time, when somebody ghosts you or when somebody rejects you, what do all the people do? They run after the person, whether that's a guy or a girl.
You get rejected or ghosted, bump some music, block the person. I'm the remove king, I swear. I just remove people for shits and giggles. Like I joke, like I'm just gonna remove you because I haven't spoken to you for a week. Just remove them, move on, find somebody else. There's somebody else out there. You should not be on your hands and knees begging for.
Yeah,
him
I feel
or
like when it
her
comes to blocking, like everyone has like a very different opinion because some people say, oh my god, if you block someone, you show how much you care. But I honestly think sometimes when you remove someone, no, actually.
Who said that?
Oh my
That's
god.
so stupid.
Yeah, people say on the internet that if a guy blocks you on Instagram, that means that
Like
he loves.
doesn't care.
No, that means that he loves you and that he can't like see you on social media. So that's why he needs to block you. Did you ever in the past block a girl on Instagram? And if you,
Yeah.
But was it because you loved her so much?
No. The woman was psychotic. No. I think you need to block people to remove them from your life permanently. If you block someone, don't unblock them. When you're blocking someone and then you unblock them, I believe
swear
that
the
that
other
was
person
for
has the
just,
power.
Like you're still in love kind of thing. Like you want them to notice that you block them. We're unblocking them, you want them to response.
Yeah. What do you think makes somebody a dream girl?
My girlfriend. I know a red flag is when you expect too much. If you're walking around and you're like, if he ain't making six figures, if he's not driving the Ferrari,
Why do you mention that?
that's looking for something from him.
Why would I want to settle for a broke man?
I will gladly pick you up out of the dirt and bring you prosperity. I'm not gonna leave you in the dust.
But I think that every person, they need to aim bigger, not only in relationships, but they also need to aim bigger for themselves. And I feel like if you already have a certain lifestyle, why would you settle for something that is lower? Like, he has ambition, and if he's driven and he wants to achieve all that, I would give him a chance.
Like, it's compromise. Like, give him some time to catch up, give her some time to catch up, and then work together to get better.
Yeah.
Like, a relationship is a team, like a team job, teamwork.
No, I believe it, but
It's
I do
not,
think...
I'm up here, you're down here, I'm gonna keep getting better and leave you there.
No, for sure, it's teamwork. Like, the girls see that a guy needs to be a little bit better off for me to grow with him. And maybe, like, I have some standards that people believe are, like, way too high. Gave, in the past, guys a chance who didn't drive those big and expensive cars, because it also comes down to feelings. But would I prefer to date a guy who does have that lifestyle? Yes. I'm not saying that it's all about being a materialistic person and, like, just looking out for the money and what he can provide, because billionaires people, they're people who are selfish. They just have the money and they give maybe 10%. I'd rather go for a guy that doesn't have that but would give me the world. I would not go out of my way to date a broke man.
I believe a girl is able to fall in love with someone who is less fortunate.
She sees the potential in him, and if she sees that that he's an ambitious and driven person.
Okay, so if they're not doing anything to make themselves
Exactly,
better,
like, you know what I mean?
drop, just no, because they don't care. But dude's actively trying to get better and better and better each day, like, no matter how little the progress is still progress. Give him a chance.
By nature, when you yourself are fortunate, you're more likely to go to places where you also meet the same circle of people. I think that in practice, people get together based on where they are themselves. Like, I've never seen a relationship where a girl is fortunate and then she dated, like, a very poor guy.
I know I've full well seen some situations where a less fortunate guy taken under the wing of this very fortunate girl, and I will say I do kind of like look at it a little weird. I'm like, dang, like, she settled a little bit.
Please, girl, never fucking do that. Never pay for the guy. No. Like,
you can split
no.
the bill.
Oh.
You can split
No. What
the
I mean by
bill.
pay, are you his mom that you need to provide for him and pay for him? Like, definitely no.
No.
Does money matter to you in a relationship, especially when it comes to earns more?
Necessarily matters who earns more. I personally want to be the breadwinner in my relationship.
So,
I
think it should be expected.
I don't think it should be expected.
I
Like,
think it should be accepted.
like,
You are not a man if you don't pay. You are.
I'm gonna pay. I'm
See?
gonna pay because I feel that's just how I grew up. You're just I want you to want to pay, but I'm gonna be like, nah, I'll pay.
Wait, so you would want the girl to offer to pay?
I
no.
feel like it shows courtesy.
Oh,
like,
oh my
if they
god, I
offer.
will tell you a story. I will tell you a fucking story right now. I offered a guy to pay, and I offered just to pay because I want to show that I'm grateful for the thing.
Yeah.
He literally made me pay, and guess what? He never saw me again. Just the first date.
It was the first date.
Yeah.
First couple dates, it has to be the guy. Period. Like, in my opinion, it has to be the guy.
But what's such a difference between the first dates and the others? Like, I don't understand why guys say, oh my god, the first 3 dates and then
you guys
I
are
put
more
her into
comfortable with
into
each
the
other.
trash.
Like,
because you're more comfortable doesn't mean you need to treat her like she's trash. She just came out of the trash.
No.
And you're like, no, I'm not paying anymore. Because when you say that you wouldn't want that it's an expectation, do you mean that you don't want that she isn't grateful for it? Because I can expect the guy to pay and I can still be grateful for that he paid.
do you like paying for it? Because, like, in my mind, it makes me feel more masculine.
Exactly.
It makes me feel, like, you gotta offer at least.
Did your girlfriend offer to pay?
Yeah, and I'm like, nah.
The reason why I don't think you can split the bill, because if you
I
split
get
the
it.
bill, you become demasculated. He said you can split the bill, yet he never splits it.
My
because then
girlfriend
makes him feel
has
power.
paid for some meals.
Yeah, maybe an ice cream. Okay.
No, I do think it's exceptional for a girl to pay, but it should not be an expectation for the girl to pay.
But I think as long as you show appreciation and being grateful for it, that should be the normal.
I'll agree on that. Just as simple as I appreciate you for paying for that.
Honestly, if a girl doesn't say thank you and she
Yeah.
just shows that you don't have manners,
That's
and that
that's
you grew up
that's
in
what
a-
I mean by expectation. Yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Like no thank you for paying.
No,
like,
but what do you think made it so normal in today's society that it's fine for the women to earn more than men? I personally believe that if a girl earns more than the guy, a guy is basically being demasculated.
society, it's more common to see that the man makes more than the woman, whether that be based on jobs taken. Making 100,000 and she's making 150. I don't really think there's a problem. She just got better luck. I don't think she should go, oh, I'm making more money than you.
Bye bye.
Leave me alone. Like,
Money by itself is masculine energy. Girls, they earn money with being creative and it becomes more easy to them. There is like a big difference with the girl earning way more than the guy. Myself, why would I need him by my side then? You as a guy, you can always do more, or you're just not striving as high anymore.
joint bank account.
If you don't have 6 figures in your bank account,
Your money is my money. My money is your money.
You know, there's one exception where a girl can pay the bill. When a guy makes a statement, you can have all his property, you can have all his bank number, bank cards, then what's yours is mine, then I have no problem paying the bill at all. If a guy makes you split the bill, he doesn't like you. Just my opinion. Do you believe at love at first sight?
Believe in love at first sight. I don't think you can build a lasting, long-term relationship off of just first sight. In my current relationship, I felt attraction for her the moment I saw her. It was not reciprocated.
That's
But-
why he's so much into her.
She might be right, low-key. She just, the initial rejection caused the chase.
I made him go the extra mile. This is a practical example.
But I didn't do it creepily.
Yeah.
I did not pursue immediately after that.
Or do you think the first love is not replaceable?
You better forget about that. Personally, I'm pretty good at moving on.
The love I had for someone when I was a teenager will be different than I have the love for someone now versus
You're a
I-
different person.
Yeah, the same person that you were a year ago. Shame on you.
Past relationships, like there should be some form of growth from them.
Yeah, when you learn that why it happened the way it happened, you can move on.
Let's say you were done dirty. Not your problem anymore. Move on. Don't even question why it happened the way it did. Just, it doesn't matter to you. It's not your
Yeah,
problem.
because I wouldn't be reading too much into that.
Yeah,
Unpopular
exactly.
opinion, but I think it's better to be hated than people to feel indifferent about you.
I do like being liked. At the same time, I really don't care.
Once I leave here, people will be like, oh, where's this Miami girl at?
If you're spending your life hating on someone, there's some underlying problem.
And I also people also wonder why their life is miserable. I think it comes down to the fact that what you give out, you will receive. So if the only thing you're giving out is making a fool of others or basically hating on them, everyone is going to make a fool out of you and everyone is going to hate you as well, because that's the low vibrations you're operating on. The sexual aspect of the relationship is important to you.
To me, no. I feel like you should be able to love your partner outside of the bedroom, outside of the shower.
I think if you have bad sex with your guy, you can't be with him in a relationship. Like, I'm sorry. I like the guy, but he does not satisfy me in the bedroom. I will not be with him. That's as simple as it goes. Like, if he's too nice in the bedroom and I don't like it, I will not be with him.
What does that mean? I get what you mean. I know what she is. She is the submissive. She likes the belittling, diminishing.
What matters to me is what the guy has in his head and not how good his six pack is. Of course, I'm not saying that I want to date a guy that is like a fat ass. Like, the muscle needs to be here.
That's pretty smart.
I feel like
you
you hate me. Exactly.
That's
It
egregious.
needs to be around.
I do not wrap that around campus. Please, man. If I walk in the brick or I walk anywhere in public and I'm like, are you that F me like you hate me guy? I'm gonna be so irate. Like,
What do you think is the biggest red flag in a girl?
if their name is on the street, I tell my friend group the name of a girl that I was interested in and they go, oh no, like no.
The partner that you're dating is a representation of who you are. You're the brand, and the partner that you choose is also the brand that you represent. So if you find yourself liking a girl and every one of your guy friends will be like, nah, bro, like not her, will you take that into consideration, or will
I'm
this take
taking that
over?
into very consideration, considering as to what happened in the past.
But do you think the past cannot be changed?
I do think people can change.
But you wouldn't want to be surrounded by war.
No. People can change. Past doesn't change. You can change. You're racking up numbers in the bed. That's what you're known for. That's kind of what the guy is going to first think of about you. It depends on how he looks at you. So like if he's looking long-term partner, like marry, like I want to marry this girl, I personally would not want my wife to be someone that has been like, that has all the knowledge in the world of you in the
So
bed.
you prefer like an innocent girl over?
I do prefer me a little innocent.
Kisses to all of you.